22nd sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly's 2013-2017 session took place at the Assembly Chamber at Jerningham Street. Assemblyman Huey Cadet moved the motion standing in his name, which seeks to endorse all policies, initiatives and programs of the Tobago House of Assembly geared towards the improvement of the well-being of Tobagonians through the usage of information and communication technology.
The Assembly would have adopted a comprehensive economic development plan, 2006 to 2010, and then would have come back and created and revised that comprehensive economic development plan for a period of 2013 to 2017 and labeled it CEDP 2.0. This CEDP 2.0, Mr. Presiding Officer, mandates the integration of information and communication technologies in schools and community facilities throughout this great island of ours. Keeping this in mind, Mr. Presiding Officer, we in the Division of Education has recognized that in the 21st century, investments in ICT are crucially important for the sustainable development of any developing country, and of course Tobago is no different. The ability to work, Mr. Presiding Officer, with ICTs is becoming as essential to education, life, and workplace success as reading, writing, and arithmetic. How, Mr. Presiding Officer, can Tobago benefit substantially from ICT? There are two conditions that must be met. One, in the first instance, strong human capabilities are required if the new technologies we invest in are to be used to its best effect. Two, there's a need for the formulation and adoption of policies that speak to the overall implementation of infrastructure and human development as it relates to ICT. And Mr. Presiding Officer, in both instances, dealing with the second one first, we, through the adoption of the CEDP 2.0, have gone forward with the adoption of policies as it relates to ICT. And of course, we are consistently, as it relates to point one, which is ensuring that you have strong human capabilities. We have continued as a division and as an assembly to ensure that we invest in our human resource so that they can be built to have the capacity to ensure that these new technologies are used to best effect. Under the CDP 2.0, it clearly identifies under the tenet of human capital development, it has set two clear objectives as it relates to ICT. That one is to double the proportion of students pursuing courses in ICT by 2017 and to equip all community centers with ICT technology for distance education by 2014. In our own division, Mr. Presiding Officer, we would have undertaken in recent times a number of initiatives geared towards improving the use and access to ICT within our education system. This is an attempt geared towards, Mr. Presiding Officer, improving both the technical and social development that ICT can bring about, and ensuring that ICT is fully integrated into the school's education delivery system, and thus contributing to the increased student participation in ICT programs, Mr. Presiding Officer. And I will now, Mr. Presiding Officer, list some of those initiatives as undertaken by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport. One, Mr. Presiding Officer, is the establishment of IT labs, in our primary and secondary schools. All of our 35 government and government-assisted primary schools are equipped with IT laboratories, and depending on the size of the school, Mr. Presiding Officer, those laboratories could be equipped with anywhere up to as much as 40 computers, and along with their own individual servers. Our secondary schools, Mr. Presiding Officer, are also equipped with laboratories to facilitate the various IT subjects and, of course, general access to ICTs. Secondary schools have a minimum of 60 desktop computers and a minimum of 240 laptops and a maximum of 600 laptops per school. 95% of our schools have the support of an IT technician for the purpose of troubleshooting and repairs. Recently, Mr. Presiding Officer, the division would have also held interviews and hired an additional 5 technicians to improve the services, the support services at our schools. As it relates to connectivity and infrastructure, Mr. Presiding Officer, we recognize that it is in 2014, as we continue fast this year, Our secondary schools have been switched from the regular Blink Internet to a Metro E fiber optic solution that allows faster speed and access to information. It allows, therefore, those locations with enhanced speed, reliability, and most importantly, communication security to reduce any opportunities for hacking, Mr. Presiding Officer. Additionally, new servers have been commissioned at the division's head office to facilitate the anticipated increased demand in our ICT services and to ensure that we could continue to provide support for our schools and our members of staff at our various locations, Mr. Presiding Officer. We continuously continue to equip and upgrade our school libraries with computers, scanners, and printers, and this, of course, is separate and apart from the computer labs themselves and the EDPM labs. We have also worked in conjunction, Mr. Presiding Officer, with the Division of Tourism to equip what is formerly called the Hotel School, or THDI, with video conferencing equipment to facilitate the teaching of long-distance courses, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, we have also gone a step ahead and installed of cameras and surveillance equipment at our secondary schools, and we intend to expand these cameras, CCTV cameras, to our primary schools in the coming fiscal year, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, of course, the schools and students in Tobago would benefit from the National Laptop Program, and in keeping as part of our collaboration with the Ministry of Education with the laptop distribution, Mr. Presiding Officer, we continue to ensure that we have workshops that train our technicians to repair and manage the laptop program in the Tobago instance and ensure that they can roll out effectively. In terms of ICT and particularly with communication, new PBS systems were installed at 3 high schools, Mr. Presiding Officer, namely Speyside High School, Roxborough Secondary School, and Goodwood High School. Presently, Mr. Presiding Officer, we are working at upgrading the systems at Pentecostal Life and Life to replace an outdated and ineffective system. We have also, Mr. Presiding Officer, utilized a wireless system in conjunction with a telecommunications company, Digicel, that allows a faster provision of internet service at a number of schools and also communication systems at a number of schools, and therefore not have to do the traditional line installation and the running of cable, Mr. Presiding Officer. And we are hoping, after looking at these 3 or 4 schools as a model, to see how we can expand this wireless communications program to allow the schools to better communicate with each other and, of course, the head office, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, we also have moved forward with the program for computerization of our primary schools, and we have done that, Mr. Presiding Officer, through the purchase of 10 servers and 250 Wi-Fi terminals for our various primary schools to ensure that at our primary schools, access to information and the web is available. Mr. Presiding Officer, for academic 2014, the Ministry of Education, the Division, and TSTT will be partnering for the B-Mobile Samsung Smart School Initiative, Mr. Presiding Officer. This pilot program, which is expected to run for a period of 3 months, will see the introduction of a laboratory, a Samsung tablet laboratory, at 18 schools in Trinidad and 2 in Tobago, 1 primary and 1 secondary school, Mr. Presiding Officer. The secondary school is Speyside High School, and the primary school will be Bonaccord Government School, Mr. Presiding Officer. What is involved, Mr. Presiding Officer, in the use of this technology is basically the school will be outfitted with a laboratory that will have 31 state-of-the-art Samsung Galaxy tablets. They will have a Samsung interactive flat screen. They would, of course, be servers and upgrade with the latest in terms of internet technology. And they will also be schooled in two applications, one called Brain Pop, that allows, Mr. Presiding Officer, for the teacher to be able to teach as mathematics and English to these primary school students in a very interactive way. How the laboratory also will function, Mr. Presiding Officer, is that, of course, it's an electronic board, so the teacher can be writing on the board and have an opportunity, and the students will be able to see the information on their tablets in front of them. The teacher can also have the opportunity to monitor each of the students and determine if the student is indeed paying attention to what is going on, and if they are not, essentially get them back. They can find that the students also, Mr. Presiding Officer, can do a quiz on their tablet, and the results can come straight to the teacher without them having to pick up papers, Mr. Presiding Officer. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, that program is expected to roll out within the next week or so. We have taken delivery of those tablets. We have put all things in place. Training is currently going on with our technicians, with TSTT and the ministry to ensure that we can roll out that program, Mr. Presiding Officer. Let me also now turn to library services and ICT. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Scarborough Library, the new Scarborough Library, Mr. Presiding Officer, which will soon be opening its doors. All right, Mr. Presiding Officer. You will see the use, Mr. Presiding Officer, of a number of new technology as it relates to the management of the library and the management of the books and the cataloging of books. But we'll also see new technology as it relates to the interface of the members of the public and the who will come to use the library. Some of the ICT services that will be at the new library, Mr. Presiding Officer, will of course be the automation of all library functions from manual operations to an electronic information system. There will be internet access and wireless connectivity. Mr. Presiding Officer, we will also provide smart cards to our patients, automated smart cards to our patients, which will assist in terms of the management of the books that they use and track their membership. It will automated services for checking out of books, access to e-books and other electronic publications, Mr. Presiding Officer, access to a valid electronic database on the internet for information and research, access to a multimedia and digitalization room, Mr. Presiding Officer, and a special software will be put in place for the visually impaired persons by the term JAWS software, Mr. Presiding Officer. JAWS software, Mr. Presiding Officer, is a powerful software program designed to work with a speech synthesizer to improve the productivity level of the visually impaired employee, student, or the casual user. By streamlining keyboard functions, automating commands, and eliminating repetition, JAWS allows the operator to learn faster and easier than before. We will also be automating all the library functions, as I said before, with some online information services. We, of course, as I said before, will also have free Wi-Fi access within the library, Mr. Presiding Officer. I want to just give you an idea of some of the results as it related to CSEC and CAPE. What we can say as a division, that between 2005 and now, that because of the investment, we have doubled the amount of persons in terms of the pass rate in ISEC. Mr. Presiding Officer, over the last 4 years, at CAPE Unit 1 for Information Technology, our pass rate is 100%. At Unit 2, Mr. Presiding Officer, over the last 4 years, 2011 to now, similar results, Mr. Presiding Officer. 100% of the persons to be exam passed, Mr. Presiding Officer. And therefore, Mr. Presiding Officer, as a division, we have recognized the significant benefit that comes from continuing to invest as it relates to our sector education and how that will rebound to the wider benefit of Tobago.
In my own division, the Division of Finance and Enterprise Development, there are a number of initiatives all geared towards reducing the digital divide. I wish to highlight just a few of them and to discuss their impact on this beautiful island. The first initiative, Mr. Presiding Officer, was the introduction of the 211 Contact Center by the Tobago Information Technology Limited in 2008. The 211 Contact Center was established to bring all the services offered by the Tobago House of Assembly. For example, if you wanted to know how to apply for a loan, a grant under the Business Development Unit, how to apply for your house, how to apply for a social assistance program, all you had to do, Mr. Presiding Officer, was to dial 211. And Mr. Presiding Officer, both residents and visitors to Tobago can now enjoy easy access using an easy-to-remember number to access all relevant information on the island. 211 operates on a 24/7 basis, and the professional contact center agent accepts calls and render assistance using state-of-the-art technology. And they provide timely, accurate, and consistent information to the public. This administration has also implemented through the Tobago Information Technology Limited the use of ICT to address some specific challenges as it relates to the labor market here in Tobago. And what we have done, Mr. Presiding Officer, is this assembly in 2010 launched the Tobago House of Assembly Employment Exchange Bureau. And this was established to provide exchange information between employers and job seekers. It's an electronically driven and a central database where it provides an opportunity to persons seeking employment to search available online job postings and submit resumes and applications online. Additionally, employers can post existing vacancies and peruse resumes of job seekers. And so, Presiding Officer, I am pleased that we're getting some favorable response from the employers. Over 52 employers and over 3,000 job seekers have signed on to the Bureau. And Mr. Presiding Officer, we'll be working closely with the Tobago Chamber to really have this exchange, utilized more frequently. Advanced ICT training will be available, such as A+, N+, CCNA, GIS training, research and development of ICT technology, software development, mobile apps development, and the establishment of a testing site for international testing and certification. So, Presiding Officer, the benefits will treat with the digital divide and the issues that I highlighted earlier in my presentation where we'll be lagging behind. Some of the proposed benefits would include improvement in ICT research and development capabilities, the development of new sustainable technologies, training and international certification of Tobagoans in different ICT disciplines, and increase of the ICT human capacity on the island. And as I said before, Tobagoans will now have the opportunity to remain home and to receive training. Even at Cove, ICT will play an important role in stimulating enterprise development on the island. And Cove is already implementing this strategy to deploy a fiber optics ring around Cove to enable businesses and enterprises in setting up at Cove with the opportunity to be on par with the players in the global market.
Over the years, the Department of Culture in the Division of Community Development and Culture has been gathering and archiving information that has been a significant resource for students studying the arts. But with the advancing technology and the additional requirements to support the new performing arts in the CAPE curriculum, there is a role for persons to pursue specialized digital archiving techniques to assist with the efficiency and effectiveness in this area, and also to ensure that we keep pace with the expected standards of a paperless modern library procedures. The Division of Community Development and Culture appreciates that in the area of culture, the technology has pervaded many of the support systems of the arts, and with the development of the cultural industries, it is clear that the major part of culture occurs off the stage. As such, the division would have recently concluded its 3-month training program called the Arts Push Program. This new initiative of the division, which has as a part of its course offerings, has exposed Tobagonians to the potential of ICT to support the arts. Through a collaboration with the Queen's Hall Board, persons were trained in stage management, sound, audiovisual, and lighting effects. All of these influenced by information and communication technology. This has broadened the scope for delivery and improved the standards of service to support the various festivals on the island. The division has collaborated with the Division of Finance yet again through its 211 service to equip the spaces adjacent to and others within community centers. And all those facilities you heard him speak about, mentioning John Dial and Bell Garden and some of the other areas that he would have mentioned, is in partnership with community development, allowing our community centers to be utilized, giving it maximum utilization with this collaboration for training the people within communities. The division has also partnered with youth groups in communities such as Calder Hall, Argyle, Speyside, Lansome, Canby, Mount Pleasant, and soon to be opened the Mason Hall and Plymouth areas, where we constructed Y zones, which are youth-friendly spaces for youth managed by youth. And they provide support and educational software programs for the after-school programs and the summer programs that are run for their members.
I now want to delve into some of the specific activities that are being undertaken or will be spearheaded by the Division of Health and Social Services and the Tobago Regional Health Authority in driving Tobago's wellness and socio-economic development. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Division of Health and Social Services has developed an information and communications technology strategy to provide the high-quality and cost-effective ICT services that meet the needs of the division, the employees, our stakeholders, and our citizens to foster innovation, best practice, and value for money in the use of ICT. And the ICT unit is in a fortunate position where we are able to build from the ground up. And this will allow us to design, and this has allowed us to design a network for the entire division that is functional, robust, efficient, effective, dynamic, operational, and modern, bringing a feeling of freedom to the workplace. Mr. Presiding Officer, information and communications technologies are playing a critical role in improving health care for individuals and communities here in Tobago. A next generation network has been implemented at our new Scarborough General Hospital. In addition to the robust wired infrastructure comprising a 10 gigabit fully resilient core network, the foundation of the network solution also includes high-speed wireless coverage across every inch of the hospital, as well as our other healthcare facilities out there, our health centers, our walk-in centers, and so on. Mr. Presiding Officer, by providing new and more efficient ways of accessing, communicating, and storing information, ICT helps to bridge the information divides that have emerged in the health sector between health professionals and the communities they serve. The ICT continues to empower our people out there. And through the development of databases and other applications, ICT also provides the capacity to improve health system efficiencies and prevent medical errors. Now, Mr. Presiding Officer, in medical imaging, picture archiving and communication system, PACS, are computers or networks dedicated to the storage, retrieval, distribution, and the presentation of images. The Tobago Regional Health Authority provides a full-service web-based radiology management system with complete information flow and image management capabilities. Mr. Presiding Officer, our comprehensive radiology information management and picture archiving system can image-enable the electronic medical record and promote faster, more effective clinical decision-making here in Tobago. Mr. Presiding Officer, our system is an easy-to-use one. It is an easy-to-use web-native radiology management system that optimizes the workflow of radiologists with scheduling, film tracking, technologist work lists. PACS handle images from various medical imaging instruments, including ultrasound, computed tomography, endoscopy, mammograms, and x-rays. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Scarborough General Hospital will soon have a modular cardiac catheterization lab and an MRI machine. And for the next fiscal year, the Tobago Regional Health Authority will acquire a positron emission tomography, which we call PET scan, which is an imaging test that helps reveal how your tissues and organs are functioning. Mr. Presiding Officer, a PET scan is useful in revealing or evaluating several conditions, including some cancers, heart disease, and brain disorders. Mr. Presiding Officer, PACS replaces hard copy-based means of managing medical images, such as film archives. It expands on the possibilities of such conventional systems by providing capabilities of off-site viewing and reporting. So we're talking now about distance, education, telediagnosis. Additionally, it enables practitioners at various physical locations to access the same information simultaneously. So we're looking here at teleradiology. And with the decreasing price of digital storage, PACS system provide a growing cost and space advantage over film archives. So, Mr. Presiding Officer, we see here the key benefits that would accrue to us here in Tobago, such as reduction in overhead and resources required to manage, distribute, and maintain hard copy reports and film-based imaging.
Honorable members, the question is, whereas the Tobago House of Assembly is cognizant of the significant role played by information and communication technology, ICT, in the development of a knowledge-driven economy, and whereas the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, adopted as Assembly policy, mandates the integration of information and communication technologies in schools and community facilities throughout Tobago, and whereas the Tobago House of Assembly would have made significant investments in Tobago to reduce the digital divide, improve technological skills, and increase access to such technologies, be it resolved that this Honorable House endorse all policies, initiatives, and programs of the Tobago House of Assembly geared towards the improvement of the well-being of Tobagonians through the usage of ICT, and be it further resolved that this Honorable House urge the island citizens to be aware of the Assembly's efforts to reduce the digital divide and urge them to take full advantage of all ICT-related opportunities available to them. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is therefore carried.
Thank you for joining us for the 22nd sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly 2013 to 2017 session.